Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well, and this is going to be your June reading, and it's going to be two parts. The first part is going to be astrology, the second one is going to be tarot. Now, why I decided to go with astrology, it's because we're having two eclipses in June, very important karmic times, and of course I want to go over each sign, especially rising sign, guys. So if you are Aries rising, the first portion of the reading is perfect for you. Yeah, I just want to give some information on the eclipses and what you can expect. So the first eclipse on June 5th is going to happen in your 9th house in Sagittarius. And guys, this is a very interesting house, especially for those that are dealing with legalities, for those that are dealing with paperwork, law, foreign countries. Immigration falls in that house, any kind of court cases, any kind of higher education. For example, you are completing your higher education finally, and this is the lunar eclipse, this is the culmination time. Maybe finally you are receiving your visa, maybe you're receiving your passport. This is going to be a little bit of a tough influence with Mars making a T-square to the eclipse. That just means that you may experience more tension. There might be, this tension might be coming from somebody else. Maybe it might be your own tension kind of affecting you, influencing you. But on the other note, this could be a final time, final decision, that final document or final something coming to fruition, okay? Especially this is something that you already are aware about because it's completing, right? It's not something that you are beginning, it's something that you're completing. So you must be very well aware of what this is. Of course, it could come to you very unexpected, in a very unexpected way. Maybe it could be something that you expected later, but it's coming now. Maybe there is something that just needs to be corrected just a little bit before you receive it. Maybe you will decide that you no longer want to study or be involved in a certain college, for example. Maybe you want to proceed to study something else. Maybe you again are planning to travel, and maybe those plans, obviously there is a travel ban and everything, maybe they couldn't come to fruition for a very long time. Now maybe you can finally travel, right? It could also be connected to foreign people. For example, foreign romantic partners. This could be maybe foreign business partners as well, some communication with other countries there. And also, 9th house, if I'm not mistaken, is a house of grandchildren. So maybe you are expecting them, maybe your children are going to give birth around lunar eclipse and so on. Now, another eclipse I would like to talk about, and this is going to be solar eclipse. So something new is going to be coming into our lives. And that eclipse is happening at 0 degrees Cancer in your 4th house, house of family, house of property, real estate, your childhood, your connection to your family, I guess. Was trying to use another word, but I couldn't remember it in English. So what could come there? And I'm not talking about Venus retrograde in this video. I'm not talking about Mercury going retrograde or anything like that. I'm strictly talking about eclipses. So for the 4th house, guys, this could be a new family member. This could be finally a response from maybe a buyer or that who wants to buy your property, or maybe you are going to find that property that you would like to get, and now real estate prices are going to drop due to the crisis. So, it could be a good time to maybe see something, save that house, I don't know, kind of do research or something, because again, it's not recommended, since so many planets are going retrograde, it's not really recommended to purchase something around the eclipse. However, you can see it, you can mark it, you can save it, and work on it later. What else could happen in the 4th house? Something connected to your family members, okay? It could be a new beginning in their life and you will be directly affected by it. It could be maybe going back to the roots, going back to maybe your home state, home country, hometown, visiting your family, your immediate family. some cases, a fourth house, just like fifth house, could represent the birth of a child. Okay, so maybe for some of you this could be significant around the eclipse. But either way, you know, even though there is a lot of tension in June, it is going to be a very important time. It is going to be a very karmic time, and for you to be prepared, all you basically have to do is go with the flow when these changes start happening, and watch yourself. Do not cause arguments with other people, because when we do argue, when we do get in fights, and with aggressive Mars, it could be a thing, okay? When we do get in a fight around the eclipses, it's going to be very, very hard to bring those relationships back, especially around that lunar eclipse. What's completing is completing permanently, for good. So be really careful who you communicate with, how you communicate with people around that time, around 5th of June. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy these eclipses, even though I'm Pisces rising, but my first house in Placidus house system also has Aries in the first house. So for me, in the Placidus system, I am going to experience these eclipses in my 9th and 4th house as well. So I'm very excited to see what they bring. And let's start with your tarot portion of the reading, guys. Let's see what you guys can expect to happen in June. Aries, what can Aries expect to happen in June 2020? Now, this reading can be for both, right? Can be for Sun, for Moon, if you would like, for Venus, for Rising. But I want to say that the first portion, like I said, it's best suited for Aries rising, okay? So the first card we have here is Two of Pentacles. So with Two of Pentacles, this could be a very juggly month in the beginning. Too many responsibilities, too much happening. There's so much that you have to kind of go for, right? Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have the moon at the bottom of the deck. So the moon, you know, it's kind of like connection to that lunar eclipse. Something is culminating, something that maybe was hidden is coming to light for us, right? In those areas of our life. Something maybe that, again, was it wasn't known to you, something that you were not aware of, or something that was hidden from you in a way, could come to light, okay, in June. And it doesn't have to be something bad. It's just something that you weren't aware of before, okay? So with Two of Pentacles, again, I'm repeating that it is a kind of a juggling, maybe first week or two of the month. There could be a lot happening. You could be responsible for a lot of things. You know, it could definitely be the time of staying busy, having to maintain a few things at once, and just trying to maintain balance. So why is Two of Pentacles here? You're trying to complete something. Oh, here's the moon. The moon did come out. So it looks like you're trying to complete something very important, guys. Three major arcanas are clarifying Two of Pentacles. Judgment, again, could represent legalities, okay? It's not just judgment, like an epiphany, spiritual awakening. Now I know all these secrets of the world. No, it's legal stuff. You know, in day-to-day life, it's just our legal stuff. So again, there could be something that you're trying to come to the full circle with, that you're trying to complete in June. And this eclipse could trigger your work, your effort, okay? Maybe you could be kind of running around doing something, maybe adding more paperwork, preparing something else, maybe, again, you know, something connected to higher education, to colleges. There could be something that you're trying to complete here. And with the moon, again, I believe that the moon could finally bring you some kind of information, bring you some news that were hidden from you before, maybe not purposely. It just wasn't the right time for you to know about this before. Now in June, it is the right time, okay? So this is something that you are completing, something that you are trying to culminate, and it seems like it's going to actually come to its completion. Is it going to complete in the beginning of the month? Death, yeah, it will be. Okay, congratulations, you know, for those that, for example, have been really working hard on something for a while, and it's like, so when is it gonna end? When is it, like, I cannot wait for this. Here you go, beginning of June. Now, emotionally though, And we are gonna have that solar eclipse in Cancer, a very emotional sign. Not really compatible with you guys. But two cards that are, you know, completing your spread are very emotional. Almost like emotional roller coasters. The first one is Four of Cups. So with Four of Cups, what can I say? Four of Cups is apathy. It's like, okay, I'll show you the last one. It's like you going from apathy to this emotional roller coaster, okay? So solar eclipse could definitely maybe bring you a little bit of tension or maybe emotional. You know, sometimes we just feel so drained. Once we're done with something, we're at the very end of our journey. We just can't even move anymore. We can't even function anymore, like emotionally, mentally. We're so drained, we're so tired because it was such a bumpy road, right? It was such a long road to success. So with Four of Cups here, yes, you could feel that way. Yes, you could feel a little bit drained towards the middle of the month. You could feel tired. Or maybe you may feel like, okay, so this is completed, now what? You know, Four of Cups sometimes can make you a little bit not cranky, but you know, you could just be like, okay, so what's next? What am I supposed to work towards next? Why is Four of Cups here? If it comes down to your career, for example, if there is something regarding your status, something that you really have to work hard towards, and it could be a busy month around that area in June. Here with Eight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and Strength, there could be some competitive energy in the air. There could be maybe, again, more responsibilities, more duties. You could be, even though you could be always busy and working on things, but at the same time you could feel a little bit exhausted from all the action, from all the fire that's happening around you. Or I should say water, because, you know, the end of the month, the 21st of June, this eclipse is occupied by Cancer. Okay. But with Strength, you know, you do have that mental strength, you know, and emotional strength. You do have that perseverance in you. You do have that effort. You are not giving up. You really know what you want, and you are going to be moving towards it. Even if your emotions are a little bit out of whack, you're still going to be working on it. So I feel like right after a completed goal, there is a new goal. You know what I mean? It's not just something that you're going to finally end and relax. No, it seems like it's a month full of different responsibilities, different things that you're completing, starting. So I would say, considering Mars is gonna go into your sign relatively soon in your first house, or even if you're not Aries rising, wherever your sun is in your chart, and once Mars hits your sun, you'll be very active, okay? And this is kind of preparation for the times when Mars does enter your sign. Still busy, still emotionally possibly draining in some way, but you are finishing your goals, and that's what's most important. And by the end of the month, we have Seven of Cups. Again, emotional roller coasters. Now, this could also be new options presented to you out of nowhere almost. Seven of Cups is when you see all these different opportunities and all these different paths, and you don't know which one you need to take. And maybe you shouldn't really make any rush decisions in June, right? Because we have this tricky time that we're in. But at the same time, with Seven of Cups, you can take your time and pay attention to these options, do research on these options, think about all of these situations, or maybe people, again, maybe career opportunities or whatever this is. Really think, take your time, you know, which ones do you need more? Why is Seven of Cups here? Yeah, I believe that you're going to be, you're gonna be taking a very, very smart approach towards the end of the month. And by the way, Cancer solar eclipse, we do have High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. You're going to feel more intuitive, especially connected to your family, to your roots, to your childhood. There's some kind of a inner connection, some kind of a spiritual connection to the past, you know, that's reflecting your present. Like what you've done in the past is reflecting what's now. And with High Priestess, you know, it seems like you're going to be listening, paying attention to your intuition way more than usual. It's going to be a pretty spiritual month for you. And even though you are going to see way more new opportunities, beautiful opportunities, all these different horizons, all these open doors right in front of you, at the same time you are going to stand your ground. You are going to really take your time. You're not going to rush. You're going to take that smart, wise approach towards this future, towards these new goals or these new opportunities. And I do not think that if something comes up and it looks very tempting, looks very interesting to you, I don't think that you're going to go for it right away. You know, there will be right time for that. Now you're just going to be satisfied with what you have. You're going to be completing goals, achieving them, and you seem to be preparing to either receive more from the universe, because you know, Seven of Pentacles, it's when you've done the work and now you're waiting. Now you're waiting for your for the fruits of your labor, right? For your gains. But at the same time, with Seven of Pentacles, it could be that not just you're maybe waiting for that, for the result of some kind, but it could also be you taking your time, investing your time into one thing and nurturing it, you know, taking care of it, just so it blossoms into something beautiful, instead of grabbing all these different things and working on them. You see what I mean? It's like you choose one direction and you feel like quality is better than quantity by the end of the month. I hope that made sense. You know, I'm trying to be vague here because, again, everybody is different. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.